All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Natalie with Imago Day Yoga here for our weekly live class. I do want to plug really quickly at the beginning that I will not be here next weekend for our live class, but I do plan on doing a post-Thanksgiving live. So the 28th, I'll be back, but just not, I'll be out on the 21st. All right, but today we've got some yoga, so y'all get ready. If you have your yoga mat, go ahead and bring that out. This is a vinyasa flow, and I try to teach to all levels, but of course, since I can't see you, I can't teach to you, so you're going to have to pay attention to your own body. Make sure you don't hurt yourself. Go slow if you're not sure about something. Pay attention if something doesn't feel right. Pull out gently. Be careful with your body, and always make sure to breathe and that you have good traction on the ground. Don't just slip around. If you start slipping, then try to pull it back a little bit. Okay, and we'll go ahead and find our way back to the yoga mat if you're not there already. All right, and once you're situated, shut down the eyes and we'll start with some deep breathing. Take a big inhale in through the nose, feel the air coming in, and then exhale it all out. You'll do that again, go slow, big, deep inhale, take your time. Exhale, release. One more like that, big inhale, open mouth, exhale. Next inhale, bring the arms up, get a stretch, reaching tall. And we're going to stretch to one side, so drop one arm down and lean over to the side, big side body stretch. Breathe into the side. Exhale, let it go. Then inhale it back up to center. Bring the palms together and then exhale the other way. Breathe into the side. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring it back to center, stretch it up. Exhale, fold over the legs, take about 2 breaths. And you'll slowly inhale it back up. And if it feels okay, switch the cross of your legs. And shut down the eyes again. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Take another big inhale. This time, close mouth, exhale. Do that again. Big inhale. And then ha breath with mouth closed. One more time, getting that Ujjayi breath. Big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, hands come back up, reach up, touch the palms together. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist deeper. And inhale back up to center. Touch the palms briefly and go the other way. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deep twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold, take a couple breaths. And slowly inhale it all the way back up. And we'll switch over into tabletop. So knees directly under hips, hands directly under shoulders, and when you're ready, inhale, drop the stomach, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back, pull the pelvis in, look back towards your thighs. Inhale, drop the stomach, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back, pulling the pelvis in and looking back for the thighs. You can keep going, trying to match the breath and the movements, feeling out the vertebrae as you warm up the spine. Keep going, a few more. And we'll slowly come back to a neutral tabletop. And take the right arm out, pinky side down, take the left leg out and back. If you're worried about stability, you can keep the toes on the ground. But if you can, try to lift them up. Take a breath. And then with the next exhale, bend to elbow and knee to center, crunching. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Put the arm down, put the knee down, other side. You'll take the left arm out, pinky side down, left leg out and back, flex the foot, pause, take a breath. Then next, exhale, elbow and knee to center. Inhale to extend. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend. One more time, exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Put the arm down, put the foot down. Walk the hands out in front of you just a little bit. And you drop the chest down. Finding your way into puppy pose. You're still high up on your knees. Palms are pressing into the mat. You should feel a little bit of a shoulder stretch. The hands might be, or the chest might be reaching down for the mat. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Feeling the shoulder stretch and the heart melting pose. We'll start to sink back into child's big toes together, knees apart, body sinking down. We'll take several more breaths deep down the spine. Try to envision the air going all the way down the spine. You should feel your stomach and lower back expand. Release. Keep doing that a few more. Keep breathing. Deep, intentional breaths. Next, inhale, start to press into the palms, exhale. Then inhale again, hinging forward into the plank pose. We'll pause briefly in plank. Check on your stance. The middle finger should be pointed to the front of the mat. When you bend your elbows, the elbows should stay close to the rib cage. And when you're set, take the hips up and back for a downward facing. You should feel the lift up through the hips. Chest is reaching back for the thighs and neck is loose, looking back toward the legs. Maybe gentle on the hamstrings as we're coming into our first down dog. Maybe you want to walk the dog a little bit, bending one knee and then the other. Gently stretching out the calves and the hamstrings. Remember to keep that lift and the breath. Keep breathing. A few more breaths. Next inhale, you're going to start to bend the knees and look forward, and you can hop or step to the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Knees are bent, stomach connected to the thighs to protect the lower back. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale takes it back down. Inhale takes it all the way up. Get a big stretch, reaching up, palms together, and down to heart center. And ground down into the mountain, pressing firmly into the mat with all four corners of the feet. Lift up through the thighs, the stomach, the chest. Everything's lifting with an inhale and pressing down with an exhale. A couple more of those big breaths. One more big inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, arms come up. Get a stretch. Exhale, forward fold, knees bent. Make sure the neck is loose, looking back toward the knees. Take a breath. The next inhale comes up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, reach it up, big stretch. Then exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into your plank pose. And we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Take it all the way down. And we'll just warm up the back a little more. Keep the hands near the rib cage and lift the chest using just the back muscles. Maybe even take the hands off the ground. Lower it down. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, takes it down. This time you can plant the hands and use it as a little bit of leverage, go up a little higher, only to where it feels good, don't overdo it. Take it down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale the body up. Exhale, lower. Next one, we're inhaling up and pushing back into the child's pose. Again, big toes together, knees wide. Let the body sink down. Big breath, inhaling all the way down the spine. Exhale, release. Couple more breaths, big and deep. And next, inhale, start to press into the palms. Exhale, release. Inhale again to shift forward into your plank. Big inhale and exhale. And still being gentle on the hamstrings. Maybe they're starting to release. But don't overdo it. If it starts to hurt, maybe bend the knees a little bit or be higher up on the toes, whatever you need to do. A couple more breaths. And as you exhale again, start to bend the knees, look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, takes it back down. Then inhale it all the way up, big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center, grounding down into our mountain pose again. Inhale, you lift up, feeling the tightness through the body. Exhale, pressing down, feeling firmly planted on the earth. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, take the feet out about hips width distance and drop one arm down. Push the hips out to the opposite side as you lean over, bringing the body into your crescent shape. Breathing into the side of the body. Stretching out. Take another big breath. And next inhale, bring it back up to center, touch the palms and go the other way. Push those hips out, big reach to the side, big inhale into the side body. Release. You'll do that again, big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, bring yourself back up. Big stretch, exhale, forward fold with the legs still wide. You might still bend the knees a little bit to get that stomach to thigh connection. Make sure the head is loose, so you might shake it yes or no, and you're looking back between the knees. Another option, maybe you'll grab opposite elbows, giving the upper body a little more weight to pull you down. You can do that. Keep breathing. If you grabbed opposite elbows, you might swing side to side just gently. If that feels good, if not, don't do it. And if you grab the elbows, release, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Bring the feet together, bring the palms together, down to heart center, exhale. Take another grounding breath. Then inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale the upward facing dog. Exhale it back, downward facing. And breathe. Big breaths in down dog. Remember to keep that lift up through the hips. Also, your fingers are spread wide, pressing firmly into the mat with the palms of the hands. Another breath, big breath. The next inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. You can bend the knee to open up the hip if you want to, pointing the knee towards the ceiling. And then start to step it through, bringing that knee in towards the nose and step it through for a low lunge. If the foot doesn't quite make it, you can use your hand to help push it up to where you want it. And once you have that foot up between the hands, plant the left arm down, take the right arm up, give a twist. Then bring that arm down. You're going to step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale all the way up. Get that stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Take one big breath. Then inhale the arms up and have a seat into chair, bending the knees, squatting down, chest is lifted, arms are lifted. You might tuck the tailbone a little bit. Do not stick the booty out too far. Keep breathing. One more big breath. And next, inhale, lift it up, push-ups forward, lift the chest, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step it into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Take a couple breaths. Find your pose, make sure it's a good downward dog, your best that you got. Big breath. Then inhale your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, open up the hip, pointing the knee toward the ceiling. Then exhale, bring that knee in toward the nose and try to step it through for that low lunge. Again, working it up with your hands if you need to. Once you got set, plant that left hand down, or right hand down, take the left arm up, get that twist. And bring the hand down, step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale all the way up. Big stretch, palms together, down the heart center. Big inhale into the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up again. This time having another seat into chair. We'll be here just another breath longer. Try to hold it, keep breathing. Still staying with big intentional breaths. Making sure to release all the air. Couple more breaths, big deep breaths. And next, inhale, lift it up, push-ups forward, lift the chest back, bend. Exhale, forward fold, step it into your plank. And once you're there, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing, and exhale it back, downward facing. And breathe. Big breaths. Couple more big inhale, exhale breaths. Finding a good downward facing dog. Next, inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged. And then you're going to bring that knee in towards the right elbow. So right knee, right elbow, hover it. And then take it back up. Then exhale it to cross under the body, coming to the other elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, you can put it down. Take a breath. The next side, inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale to bring that knee in toward the left elbow. Hover. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, cross it under, coming to the right elbow. Inhale, back up. Then exhale, put it down. Take a big inhale, exhale, breath. Then next, inhale, hinge forward into plank. Lower all the way down to the mat. We'll work on the back just a little bit, giving our arms a break. You can bend the knees, flex the feet, hands stay close to the rib cage. Inhale, lift the chest, and squeeze the glutes together, trying to lift the feet up. Keep breathing. And lower it down. This time, take the arms back behind you, lift the chest, lift the legs. Keep breathing. And lower it down. This time, optionally, you can bend the feet in, grab the inside edges of the feet. And when you're ready, inhale to lift the chest and kick the feet up, pulling you up higher. If this doesn't feel good, you can always go back to the other pose. Then go ahead and release and lower it down. You'll push back into child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Body sinking down. Take a few breaths all the way down the spine. 2 more big breaths. Make sure they go deep. Next, inhale, press into the palms, forearms off the ground, exhale. Next, inhale, press forward into your plank. And then push-ups up and back, downward facing. Breathe. One more big breath. Then next, inhale, take the right leg up and back for 3-legged. Might bend the knee to open up the hip again if you want to. Just pause here. And then with an exhale, you bring that knee in toward the nose again, stepping it through for your low lunge. Again, working the foot up there as best as you can. And we're going to come up to Crescent Lunge, so check on the stance, make sure it's nice and wide before you inhale to bring the body up. Hips are squared to the front of the mat, back heel is lifted up off the mat. Take a breath, reaching up. Exhale, grounding down, do that again, big inhale. And release. And open up, warrior 2, back heel pivots down, front knee stays bent, back leg is straight, body opening up to the side. Gaze is over the middle finger toward the front of your mat. Another breath, big inhale, and exhale. And flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, take it up and back, big stretch. And then you're going to hinge forward, finding your way into the side angle. So you can brace yourself on your knee if you want to, or take the back arm around and up. Coming around a bunch of tiny bones in the shoulder to do that. And then optional, if you want to, you can come into the bind, dropping the top arm behind your back and reaching up underneath to grab your hand. Again, this is optional. Don't force yourself into any pretzels you don't want. Keep breathing. If you came into the bind, go ahead and release. And everybody come back up, warrior 2. Flip your palm again, reverse the warrior, straighten the front knee, go back deeper. And then hinge forward, coming in to triangle. Hips are popping out behind you, finding a stretch on that inner thigh. You're staying lifted through your core. Take a breath. Take one more big breath. The next inhale, bring yourself up. Parallel the feet. You might reach up one more time. And with an exhale, bring yourself down. Crown of the head is reaching for the mat. As we come into Straddle Fold. If this is already a lot of stretch for you, you can stay right here. If you want to do more, you can walk the hands back behind you. Reaching behind. Keep breathing. If you move the hands back, bring them back underneath your shoulders. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Bring the feet in just a little bit. And we'll come down in to Goddess. So the feet are pointed to the corners of the room, as do the knees follow. And you bend down. Trying to tuck your tailbone again just a little bit. And if you want a little extra challenge, you can come up onto the tops of your toes. Optional, don't overdo it. Keep breathing. If you came onto your toes, you can lower those back down, straighten the legs, reach up, get a stretch. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands to the front of the mat and step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale all the way up, big stretch, reach up. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a breath, big inhale. Exhale, release. You got one more time, big inhale, reaching the body up, feeling the muscle sweats. Exhale, pressing down. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Breathe. Take a couple breaths, big deep inhales. Next inhale, take the left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip if you want to. And then you're going to bring that knee in all the way towards your nose, stepping it through for the low lunge. Working the foot up to wherever you want it. Well, you want it between the hands. And breathe. Check on your stance. Make sure it's nice and wide. And then inhale, come up. Crescent lunge. Big inhale to reach up. Exhale to ground. Make sure your hips are squared to the front. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, ground. We're going to open it up, dropping the back heel down, opening the body up to the side for warrior two. Breathe. And flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, taking it back. And bring it back through warrior two and drop it down for side angle, taking the back arm around and up. And if you want to find a bind on this side, you can. Dropping the top arm back behind the back and reaching up under the leg to grab your hand. Breathe. Then if you came in the bind, release. Come back up, warrior two. Flip that palm again, reverse the warrior, straighten the knee, go back a little deeper. Then hinge forward in to the triangle pose, finding the stretch on the inner thigh, keeping lifted through the core so you're not falling too far forward. Keep breathing. And slowly start to bring your body up. You'll parallel the feet. And just like we did on the other side, reaching up and then letting it go down. Reaching the crown of the head for the ground. And you have the option on this side if you want to walk the hands back behind you or keep them underneath your shoulders, whatever you want. Just make sure the neck is loose, crown of the head reaching for the ground. Keep breathing. One more big breath. Then if you moved the hands behind you, bring them back underneath your shoulders. And with the next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale it all the way up. We'll do goddess this side also. So bring the feet in just a little bit, bending the knees, goal posting the arms, big breaths. And then this time in goddess, you want to take the arms out to the T. And then reach back behind you. Try to grab your hands. If you can't quite, maybe you can fist bump or at least reach. If you can't, grab the hands. Pull those shoulder blades together to tightly open up the heart. Stay low in your squat. Keep breathing. And if you've got the bind, release. Take the arms up, straighten the legs. Get a stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Back foot comes up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, takes it back down. Inhale, take it up. Get a stretch, reach it up. Palms together, down to heart center. Ground down, inch your mountain, take a couple breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Pressing down firmly, one more. Big inhale. And exhale. We're going to do balancing chair, or you can just come back into chair. For balancing chair, start to press down into the left leg. You'll bring the right knee up and then cross the ankle over your knee and squat. The hands can come up or they can come down to heart center. And again, if you don't like this, just come into a normal chair pose. Keep breathing wherever you're at. And then take it back up. Let that knee come down, get a stretch. Forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, reach it up. Big stretch, palms together down to heart center. We're going to do the other side, so ground down into the right leg. Pop the left knee up and cross that ankle over the knee. Once you're set, start to squat down. And it's okay if it's a little bit of a challenge. Challenge is good, but if it's just not your thing right now, chair pose is just fine. Keep breathing. All right, release, bring that knee up, set it down, get a stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Take another breath in the fold, big inhale. Exhale. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale, takes it back down. Inhale all the way up, get a big stretch. Then exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into plank. Lower it all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and then exhale it back, downward facing. Take a breath, big inhale. And exhale. Check in on the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Maybe they're releasing a little bit. Still be gentle if they're tight. Breathe. Take 2 more big inhale, exhale breaths. We're going to hinge forward into plank. And then lower all the way down to the ground. And once you're there, you can take your arms out to a T. Right ear to the mat. And you use your left arm to push you up onto your side, rolling over your shoulder. Getting a shoulder stretch. So the arm behind me is still stretched out. And I'm using my hand to push me up onto my side and relax. If it's kind of tight, you might roll back forward just a little bit so you don't hurt yourself. If you're really bendy and need more stretch, you can take your top arm back behind your back. Find what feels comfortable. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. We're going to slowly find our way back to center and take the opposite ear to the mat. Left ear down. And roll yourself over onto that side. And breathe. Still staying intentional with the breath. Filling the body with air. And then pushing the air out. And slowly start to come to center. You're going to push it back into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, body sinking down. Take big breaths down the spine. Feel the air coming in and going deep before letting it out. A few more breaths. One more big inhale and exhale. The next inhale, slowly bring yourself up to the tops of your knees. Take your time, don't get dizzy. Find your way up. And then you'll brace the lower back as we prepare for modified camel. You'll push the hips forward, lift the chest, look back behind you. Be active in the front of the body, pushing forward and lifting as you bend backwards. And if it feels okay, you can reach back for your ankles, coming into a full camel. Keep breathing, shallow breaths. And then slowly come back up and around into rabbit. So crown of the head is coming down to the ground. And I'm reaching back for my heels. Hips are lifted. Still breathing. Doing the counter pose for camel. Keep breathing. We'll lower down into child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. You can leave your arms wrapped around you or extended out, whichever you want. Keep breathing. Big breaths all the way down the spine. Relieving the tension with the exhale. Couple more breaths. You have your arms still wrapped around you. Start to bring them back out, pressing into the mat. Take another breath. Then next, inhale, hinge forward into your plank pose. And push the hips up and back, downward facing. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Staying active in your down dog, pressing up and back. Next, inhale, take the right leg up and back to three-legged. Bend that knee, open up the hip, and then optional, if you want to, drop the back leg down, back behind you, coming in to a flipped dog. This is optional. Then you're going to flip it back around, going back in to three-legged dog. And then everybody come into pigeon. So bend that knee, bring it into the right wrist. Right knee, right wrist, leg at a slight angle, hips squared to the front of the mat. When you're comfy, lower down all the way. If you want to, you don't have to. Wherever you want in pigeon. And we'll take several breaths, so just try to relax in, taking the air wherever you need it. If it's the tension in the legs, the back, the body, the mind, take the breath there. All right, start to slowly come up. And take that right leg back behind you. And find your way into a downward facing dog, moving the right leg around if you need to get the blood flow back. Take a breath, breathe. All right, let's do the left side. Inhale the left leg up and back for three-legged. Bend that knee, open up the hip, pointing it toward the ceiling, and then optional, if you want to flip the dog, the back leg or the top leg comes right back behind you. You flip around. Feet stay close together, and then flip it back. Coming back into a three-legged dog, and then everybody find your way into pigeon on this side. Left knee, left wrist, leg at a slight angle. Hips squared to the front of the mat. And when you're ready, lower the body down. Finding your pigeon on this side, which might be different from the other side, and that's okay. Remember to take deep breaths to any part of the body and mind that you need it. We'll be here for several breaths. All right, slowly start to lift up, taking the left leg back behind you. And slowly finding your way into the down dog on this side, moving the left leg around. Still staying intentional with the breath. A few more breaths in down dog. Then start to bend the knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale brings it all the way up. Get a stretch. Palms together down, heart center. Ground down, big breath. Exhale, release. One more like that. Big inhale. And exhale. All right, we're going to start balancing. So start to ground down into the left leg. When you're ready, inhale, take the right knee up, knee raise. We'll pause right here, keep breathing. And we'll open up that knee to the side. Take a breath. And we'll come into pigeon, or not pigeon, into tree. So plant that foot onto the leg, wherever it may go. And if it's too much, you can always kickstand it down low or bring it up high. Wherever you find your tree, that's your tree. Hands can stay up or they can come back down to heart center, wherever you want it. Just find your tree, find your breath. If you fall out, that's okay. It just means you found your challenge. And that's a good thing. Couple more breaths. And start to bring that knee to center. Kick it out in front of you. Take the arms up. And then swing it back behind you, finding your way into warrior three, bodies coming into a T shape. And then drop the hands down, drop the foot down, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale all the way up, big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a couple big breaths, big inhale. Release. Do that again, one more time, big breath. Release. Start to ground down into the left side, or right side, I'm sorry. Start to ground down into the right side and pop the left knee up. Coming into knee raise on this side. Breathe. Ready, take it out to the side, take another breath. And you'll plant that foot on yourself, coming into a tree. And this tree may look different on this side, that's okay. Just respect wherever you are at. Again, hands lifted or at heart center. Find your tree, find your breath. Enjoy the challenge. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. You can start to release that knee back towards center, kick it out in front of you, take the hands up, and then swing it back behind you, coming into warrior three on this side. Let fall over. And then bring the hands down, bring the foot down, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way up, big stretch. Palms together down to heart center, one big breath, big inhale. Release. And next inhale, hands come up. Take the feet to the corners of the mat and squat down into our yogi squat. Big, deep malasana. Coming down, big breath. And inhale it back up, push the forward, lift the chest, little back bend, exhale, forward fold. Keeping the feet wide. Just take a couple breaths. Next inhale comes up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale all the way up, palms together, feet together, down to heart center. Take a breath. And inhale again. This time, as you exhale, start to sink down all the way to your heels for toe stand. If you can't quite make it, maybe you're too tight and you're up here, that's fine. That's actually a nice challenge. But if you can, try to come all the way down to your heels. Shoulders stacking over hips and hips over heels. Take a breath. And then we'll slowly find our way down to the ground, bringing the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Inhaling to straighten the back, exhaling to come forward. We'll take a few breaths here. Finding a nice stretch. Couple more breaths. And inhale yourself up. Now bring the knees together and push the feet out in front of you. Might need to adjust so that you're on the top of your sits bones. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold. You might bend the knees here too, or just not pull too forward. Don't want to overdo the stretch. You want the stretch to be gentle. Breathe. And bring yourself back up. We're going to find our way into boat. So just plant the soles of the feet onto the mat. Then you can decide how you want to do boat because it is a little rough on the lower back sometimes. So if you want to keep the feet planted and just lean back enough to activate the core, you can. Or keep the hands planted and lift the feet. That's up to you. If it feels okay, keep the feet up and the hands up also. And breathe. And then if you have your hands lifted, take them up high, bring them down to one side, bring them back up, take them to the other side, bring them back up, take them down, and this time everybody extend out, coming into low boat hover. Bring it back up, high boat. One more time, low boat hover. And then take it all the way down. Get a big stretch, reach out. And then start to relax down into your mat. Bend the knees up and pull them in towards the chest. Hug them in nice and tight, squeezing in. And you have the option, maybe take a deep breath, and as you exhale, bring the forehead to the knees, coming into a tight ball. And release it down. And take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall, flexing the feet, feeling the energy flow through the legs and out the soles of the feet to keep them nice and strong. Take a couple more breaths. And you'll start to bend the knees, grab the outside edges of the feet. And you can rock side to side, happy baby if you want to, or be still, whatever feels good on the spine. Starting to relax. Get comfy. Keep breathing. And release the feet back up into the air for waterfall. Still feeling that flow of energy to keep them nice and strong. And you'll start to bend them in again. And this time plant the feet onto the ground. We're going to set it for bridge, so keep the heels close to the body, and you can maybe touch them with your fingertips. Hands are down by your side. And then when you're ready, lift the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades together to push the chest up. Keep breathing. And if you want to, maybe grab the hands underneath the body to squeeze the shoulder blades together even tighter, lifting the chest up even more. Keep breathing. One more big breath. And slowly lower the hips all the way down. Bend the knees back up into the chest. Maybe hug them in if you want to, or just move them around however you want to relieve the spine, relieve the tension. Then take your arms out to a T. You'll drop the knees over to one side and look over the opposite shoulder, big spinal twist. Take several breaths here, so relax in. Slowly start to bring the knees back to center. Pause, let it settle into the spine, or let the spine settle into the mat. And then when you're ready, take the knees over to the other side. And look over the opposite shoulder. Again, here for several breaths, trying to relax. Next inhale, start to slowly bring it back up to center. Your knees back up to center. Let the spine settle into the mat again. Maybe move the knees around a little bit if you want to. Getting just one more big massage on the spine, however you want to feel it. Or just being still if you want to. Take the feet straight back up into the upper waterfall, flexing the feet. Pause here. Breathe. And then we're going to slowly lower the feet all the way down into Shavasana. Try to take your time, activating the core, feet staying flexed, energy flowing through the feet, out the legs, through the feet. And once you get there, relax everything down. As we find our way into Shavasana, shutting down the eyes, maybe taking another deep breath. And start to check in on the body. Make sure there's no tension in the forehead. The jaw is unclenched. Feel the shoulders down and back. Your body is getting heavy. You feel it in your arms. You feel it in your legs. Relaxing deeper and deeper. If any thoughts flow into your mind, you can acknowledge them, but try to let them go, choosing to be present in this space, in this time for you. Just enjoying. Be here for several minutes, so just relax and enjoy. Slowly start to deepen your inhale breaths, bringing awareness back to your body, back to the breath. You can bring small movements to fingers and toes, maybe circling wrists and ankles if you want to, until you're ready for a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, waking everything back up. And slowly start to bend the knees in towards the chest. And when you're ready, roll over to one side in the fetal position. You'll pause there. And when you're ready, come to a seated position, shutting down the eyes once you found your spot. Take a big inhale and exhale. With the next inhale, we're going to hold at the top, so make it a big breath, holding for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, push all the air out, holding at the bottom for 3, 2, 1. Do that again. Big inhale, holding at the top. 3, 2, 1. Then exhale, holding at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Then inhale. Exhale. Do one more of those. Big breath, big inhale. Release. The next inhale, arms come up. Touch the palms overhead and down to heart center. Thank you so much for showing up to practice with me today. Namaste. All right, thank you all. Whether you're joining me now live or you join me later, I really appreciate you coming, and I hope you enjoy this yoga class. Please leave a comment letting me know what you think, what you'd like to see in the future. I would love to hear from y'all. You could also subscribe. That helps me, and the notification bell will help you. In case I post anything, you'll see the notification. And reminder, I will not be here next week, but I do plan to have Thanksgiving yoga, help work out some of that turkey. All right. Until then, you'll have a wonderful day. I will probably add the affiliate link for this yoga mat in the description if you're interested. All right, bye.